you can use this calculator to project your self-employment tax liability. I will put a link in the description. You can click the link, access this same Excel spreadsheet, enter your own figures, do your own projections, and figure out if you can save on self-employment tax. And in this video, I will show you how to use this calculator. Now, if you have a small business or a side hustle, or you're an independent contractor, maybe you do deliveries or you're a real estate agent, that income, that non-employee compensation is subject to self-employment tax, in addition to income tax, mind you. So this calculator will help you do a projection. So let's say that we have a side hustle, or let's say we do deliveries and we make $80,000 a year. All right. And that's how much we make, just entering any figure here in cell B2. That's our annual income from whatever we're doing to make money, selling stuff online, whatever it is. And then in B3, we choose our filing status, and there's a drop-down menu. By default, I have it on single. You can choose married, filing jointly, head of household, whatever your filing status is when you do your taxes. That's all you need to do to get a projection of what your self-employment tax is going to be. And you'll see here that $80,000 of income of selling stuff online or whatever I'm doing is going to be an $11,304 self-employment tax bill. But a portion of that is deductible, and it's actually not deductible. It's an adjustment to income, meaning I can take a portion, and that's what's calculated here automatically in B5, and I can reduce my gross income, my taxable income. I can reduce it by this much. So it's a little bit of relief that you get from this tax bill. You still have this full tax bill, but you're allowed to take a portion of it and reduce your taxable income. And that's important just because you'll need to know this figure when you're doing your tax return. But also, we want to figure out how much we can save by implementing probably the most basic tax strategy to reduce self-employment tax, and that is incorporating and forming an S corporation. And the reason is that let's use this example up top. And that's what this secondary calculator comes in, because we already have our projection here. But let's say that I want to try to find a way to reduce my self-employment tax. Well, I have $80,000 of annual income subject to the tax. And let's say that someone else doing a similar job description of what I do, let's say I sell stuff online. Let's say a reasonable compensation for that person's job description is $50,000, okay? I'm still making $80,000 a year as net income for my business, but my reasonable compensation for tax purposes is $50,000. Well, that's going to reduce my self-employment tax, obviously. And it's going to reduce it, let's say, I don't know the exact figure, but I think that was around $4,000. So you can enter how much you save when you reduce your income here. And remember, you're still netting $80,000 at the end of the year for your business. But in terms of your compensation, when you reduce it down here, you'll see this number drop. And this is the difference you want to enter here on line 7. How much did you save right here on line 4 when you reduced your income? And you'll see that we saved around $4,000. Now, unfortunately, it's not that simple, because all these calculations have formulas that go into them to calculate your self-employment tax and your adjustment. And you need to factor in exactly what your net savings would be to go through the trouble of incorporating. And that's what this is all about. So we see that our self-employment tax dropped around $4,000. So I put that in here. And what's our marginal tax rate? Well, if our income's under $100,000, we're probably around 12%. So I put in 0.12 as our marginal tax rate. And we'll see here that we're actually saving $3,760. So that's your actual dollar savings to go through all the trouble of contacting a tax pro, or if you're doing it yourself, just spending hours online, figuring out what you need to do to incorporate your small business or your side hustle so that you can save on self-employment tax, because right here you see that you're saving about $4,000 to go through the trouble. Now, if you have questions, leave a comment. And again, the link to this calculator will be in the description. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you for watching.